What's up guys, FuryTV here, and we're back with another episode of Poker Hands. Before getting into it, I would like to ask you guys to hit the like button and subscribe if you enjoy our videos, as your support is allowing us to continue posting videos on a daily basis.
Could you pull a service for me?
Bryn with ace-9 on the button, ready standing.
They're close in chips. So he has elected just to peel, which I think is a smarter option. You also allow Leon sometimes to come in from the big blind with King 5 off, but the hat on, the King's Casino hat, the shade, it's pretty intimidating.
Yeah, even, wow, what a flop this is for Aldo. Ace-9 gives Bryn Kenney top 2 pair.
Ace of clubs for Bryn as well.
Timothy with the flush draw, yep. Very valid point there, Bryn does have the backdoor club draw.
Fortunately for Timothy at this point, it's ace high and not 9 high with flush draw, because Timothy he's not going to have a lot of hands that want to check raise for value, so he can't have that many bluffs. Obviously, you want to remain balanced against these tough opponents. And obviously with King high, you know, you are just dominating lower flush draws and stuff just now anyway, so you don't need to raise them off. And bingo.
Well, a huge call there. We see Timothy does improve to the flush, but Bryn not out of it yet, top 2, and now the nut flush draw himself. Right, is it a card Timothy should be bluffing at fair frequency here with the lead?
Not really, I think, because it's not, when he check calls flop, he's not going to have a super high amount of hands that want to bluff. I mean, he could possibly have like King Jack with the King of Clubs or something that's going to float to a small flop bet, but overall his range is going to want to do a lot of checking. So in order, like if he has ace 10 of diamonds here, he doesn't want to put any chips in. So he's going to check that hand, so you want to check your strong hands in order to... Yeah, I mean, I think realistically it's really tough to build a check raise bluff range here. So as a result, you have to check call like with a very high frequency.
And cool, he does. So 570 in the pot, heading to the river.
See what the river is.
Wow!
Oh my God!
This is like the scene around us.
Oh no, this is. I mean, poor Timothy.
So Bryn improves to full house.
I wonder what Bryn does here. If he might just like. I mean, this is a card that's it's going to favor Timothy slightly more, because Bryn's not going to be betting his like middle pairs so often. Whereas Timothy can have like.
He bets 420,000. And
Timothy's going to be all in here, I would imagine, unless there's some kind of ICM considerations. Maybe just call.
He does just call, losing the absolute minimum with that hand.
It's a very good just call. I mean, I think...
Really looking quite like Timothy, but I know you just came from some satellites, so people are still going to be entering this tournament. And of course, a lot of players who busted out for the first couple of day ones and far away tomorrow morning.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're only getting, what do you get? You get like 25 big blinds?
I mean, a little bit more.
Okay.
30.
I saw our mate Carl Froch. He's salad his way in.
Nice, nice.
So hopefully he can get it done. Make the final table. So there'll be 80,000 people watching that. Just when he beat George Groves at Wembley.
He partook in some golf this morning, Middy. We were waiting for you, but you didn't turn up. You know.
No, I was impressed, mate.
Froch was there. Good little golf day today.
It is quite good, the golf here, isn't it?
It is very good. There's not a lot wrong with this resort, Middy.
No.
Alright, so Josh opening, Alexey flats, Gerald flats, Chris completes in the big blind end. Well, Alexey flops a set now, just as Gerald flops top pair. And Gerald peeling queen 10 off on the button here. Do you think he's just seen enough of Alexey smashing around in pots that he wants to get involved?
Yeah, I think you got to defend your bone quite wide, and I mean, I think this is probably a little step out from the Sims, but I think against these guys, well, Alexey, maybe he fancies his chances. Fortunately, though, he's going to get burnt.
Right, this is a bad card.
Oh,
that is not a bad card. That's the end of Gerald bar a 4-outer on the end.
That's me, you, Gerald, and the dolphin swimming tonight, mate.
And Alexey's gone big, 3 into 390. Gerald only has 610.
You hate to see this.
I mean, he's loving life, right? He's got top 2 pair. How can you be beat here? I mean, I'm not sure what the tank's about. Wow.
I mean,
He's just cool with 300k back. It's
I
very
mean,
odd
all the
when
money's going to go in this time anyway, but... Oh! That's good for the EV graph, isn't it? You don't want to put that extra 300 in as a...
Wow, Alexey gets the bad news, just the running queens. Wow, Gerald's face. I can't work that out. How he didn't just
Well,
jam
if
the
he'd
turn.
put it in the turn, his
He
EV
looks like he
graph
got
would have
lucky.
been like a minus however many big blinds, 30 big blinds.
For this game, though.
Don't do it. Red, flashing red. It's getting good.
These guys, do these guys look like fine athletes, or do they look like they are done?
Must be a really good hand. Yeah. He's
Sondheim's smiling, but he can barely move an eyelash. Tuna's sleeping. Tuna is asleep. This man will not play his best poker during this hand. Let's all, let's all agree.
Mr. Ronny Kaiser, ladies and gentlemen. 19 million online.
There's a little chance here for Stefan maybe to pad his pockets a wee bit more before he leaves.
On 7 different accounts.
Acting with the 10-9 suited.
Did he change his name?
It seems like we're missing a letter. I'm pretty sure it's Ankin.
We had
10 minutes before the end.
No, his name has always been Akin because they've been apparently we've been mispronouncing it. Oh
Wow.
boy!
There's all sorts of scenarios where this goes in. I imagine it's going to go bet call
Let's
because
just change
Akin
his,
hasn't got too aggressive with his draws.
let's just change his name to Toast.
What happens if no one joins
Cheeky
the
check.
table? You're just paying away, can't you?
Ronny the collude.
Hard for him not to bet when checked too.
What happens if he's playing on his 3 accounts and the rate's just taking all his money?
It's the only way you can win 19 million online. You can't possibly win that.
I'm glad I found out that Akin's last name is Tuna, or else how could we say the tuna melt?
Oh, wow.
They like to pain themselves, you know, and
Stefan,
find these stupid things, you know.
Laying his
Yeah.
trap.
And then I
Check
can give
again.
the pain.
Imagine on
Give it
pretty much
forward-
every turn.
Forward the pain.
You deserve all paid.
That one is going to get him in some trouble.
999.
I think,
It's going to be check raise, isn't
I
it?
think if
You
Akin
have
bets
to
it,
check
you
raise,
just have to
right?
check raise because he's only got 41k back, so
Yeah, the lot.
anything he bets,
Yeah,
he may even lead by the looks of it. No, he can't.
Lead because you don't want to give him a free card with
Correct.
any diamond and a pair, a pocket pair diamonds, something like that.
Yeah, but I mean, that is an argument you could make. It's the way Akin's played. He hasn't barreled too many times.
know better. You shouldn't shit that.
But no, you should play it as a check, and he has. And Stefan's got to be a little bit worried because, like I say, Akin hasn't, you know, bet off too many times in these spots that we've seen. But this hand's so strong.
Well, even if you're never ever folding the river, or you're folding the river if the diamond hits.
That's not a bad one. No, I mean, you're still better off playing as a check call than as a raise just because you allow him to bluff. But at the same time, he's just not liking it as you would against lots of other people.
We might put it to the board tomorrow that we should sack him for playing this hand this bad.
And this is Akin's going to shove here, and that's that.
I think we should,
Bad for him.
Iron snap call.
I think we should put big
Just say, after having a cooler, there is one.
Right? He just flops the nuts.
Trying to get us
Yeah.
the fucking king.
Poor guy.
And that's a really rough way to end because he's had some really great flashes, Akin. But at the end of the day, I just think he was.
Mr. Ivey got the aces. Limps in. Sam checks back king at clubs. Rut-row. This could be a big one, Jeff. We got top set against the nut flush draw and a pair.
Action. Top set Ivy, no big deal. What a board though. I mean, I guess for Greenwood, you know, it's a little unlucky. He's got that pair flush draw. He's got to think, you know, against the set, this is like the worst hand he could be against. Even like ace queen, his 8 would be live, but
Right.
or you know, ace jack, he's got the whole shalada. But here, he's really just drawn to that flush. And for Ivy, a bit unlucky. Oh, well, that
Wow.
actually, now that is, that's a sight you'd love to see if you're a Phil Ivey fan.
Quads for Ivy. Greenwood still with that nut flush draw. Remember, in this game, flush beats a house. So we can see Greenwood 0%, but he's going to think he's still doing okay in this
Gotta
one.
love it. Slip some rope, you know, in case some, I mean, just pretty special stuff here. This is, I mean, if flush runs out, if a club were to come, oh my goodness gracious, come on.
Wow, we have quads versus nut flush in short deck.
Wow. This is, honestly, this is, I mean, is there any chance it
This
doesn't?
just goes in,
it's
right?
in.
It's
It's
in.
going in. How could it not go in?
If Ivy bets, Sam's going to raise, Ivy's going to jam.
This is insane. And Sam is thinking about Vegas and the Mirage, and this is this is the one that you don't get there. You're on your way and you don't get to the door somehow. This is, I mean, there's just no other. I mean, there's just none. There's hand combination 1, right? All the other ones are houses.
Right.
But at the same time, yeah, I guess you might think Phil could have a lower flush, but a full.
Right.
You know that a full house doesn't beat.
But you're going to raise up here. You're going to get.
You get raised and you think
jammed in.
maybe
You're
Phil
gonna
has
be a
like the
bit
queen
sick,
high
but-
or whatever, not a flush. Yeah.
I mean, he's not going to like it when he gets jammed on.
He's probably. I don't even
But you
think
got
he
the king
thinks
flush.
long. Wow.
Obviously, you lose the 10-9 of clubs and you lose the aces. Those are the 2 hands you can lose to here.
And if you're Phil, you lose. Or
Same for Phil.
you
He
lose
loses to the 10-9 of clubs and the king 10 of clubs. I mean,
no, king 10 of clubs, right? That's it.
sorry, yeah, king 10 of clubs only.
So there's one
Pardon me,
hand
yeah.
you lose if you're Phil, and
There's 2 if you're Sam.
Yeah. So it's the biggest cooler you'll see, really.
Sam's going to feel sick, but he can't fold. Quads.
Wow.
Have some of that.
Wow. What a hand. I mean, this is a sick 3-handed, 1 versus 2 stack in the biggest cooler you're going to see possible.
Maxine kicks this hand off. Ace 3 suited under the gun. He's going to fold. Kelly setting a personal best for hands folded. David moves it in. For just over 2 big blinds. Ace 4. Generous here, imagine we'll call this one.
340,000 total.
Does indeed call. Silex down at 5 deuce off. Can't see him calling, even getting this price. Such a bad hand. Especially you've still got to play a side pot potentially. Thinking a long time about it and does eventually decide that the price is just too good to fold.
One player all in, heads up.
So David all in for the 1.2 million chip pot, and well, he's going to think well, that's a good flop for him. Paired his ace, but Jamracy with bottom 2 pair. I imagine he's going to bird out here against Sai. Try and build some sort of side pot, protect his hand against potential draws. I think he knows, given how long it took Side to call pre-flop, he's not going to have any of this. Well, an ace isn't enough just yet. He needs an ace or a running pair up. Running club's also an option. That, not much use to him. Just the ace will do it, and there it is. Reduced to 2 outs, heading to the river. David up to 1.2 million. And was halfway out of his seat. Jacket on.
Pocket's good, fine, big.